Imagine standing in court and the judge tells you that your document lacks clarity, that your document has failed to meet the basic legal standards. How would you feel? I bet you'd be confused. You'll be overwhelmed, you know? But today, I am going to help you solve that problem by equipping you with the essential tools for effective legal drafting, which are tools that are very important for you to draft your legal writing, your legal documents. Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Adako. I'm a first-class law graduate, the founder of ACN Legal Admin Services Limited, and also the author of A Late Bloomer's Law Degree Journey in the UK. You can find this book on Amazon. It would help you just, prepare you, motivate you, on your journey. And if this is your first time joining me on this channel, you're welcome. Thank you for joining me. My journey here is just to help people simplify legal processes, empower individuals who, like you, are not able to afford solicitors, represent themselves in court, and also on this channel, I offer tips for mature students who are going back to school, especially those who want to go back to school to study law. I offer tips for those who want to self-represent themselves because they're not able to afford a solicitor or they're not eligible for legal aid, and also, anyone interested in this type of content. In today's video, I will be talking about legal drafting basics. Drafting clear and effective legal documents is one of the most critical skills you would need if you're representing yourself in court. So managing any legal process, drafting your legal document is very important. So whether it's writing a statement, drafting a letter, or completing court forms, which can be very, very tedious, the way you present your information can significantly, impact your case in court. So if you're interested in this type of topic, grab your notebook and let's get started. So what is legal drafting, you would ask? In case you haven't come across that and you don't know what it is, legal drafting is a process of preparing written legal documents for legal purposes. So basically, these documents could include, your statements of case, that is writing what your case is all about. So it's like your claim forms, your defense statements, and then number two, it can also be affidavits and witness statements. Yeah. So that would help support your case. It could also be formal letters to court or your opposing parties, the person that you're going to be going to the court with. It could also be contracts, agreements, or declarations. So these are all types of legal drafting. When you're drafting your legal document, precision, clarity is very important. You need to structure it very well, very, very crucial. The court or the opposing party should also understand without needing to struggle, to understand, what you've written. So you need to keep your language very simple. You need to avoid poorly organized content. So I'm going to give out tips for, helping you understand the purpose of a legal document. So before you start drafting your documents, I'd say ask yourself, really, what is this document about? What is the purpose for the document? Are you explaining yourself? Are you requesting? Or are you responding? Those are the three crucial questions you should ask yourself. And then secondly, you'd ask yourself, who is the audience? Is it a judge? Obviously, a judge will be there, but you also need to ask yourself, will a solicitor be there? Will the opposing party be there? And what do you want? Number three, what do you want to achieve? Is it to provide evidence, clarify your position, or persuade? So for example, let's say you're drafting a witness statement for a child custody case, for example. Your purpose, number one, is to present facts that support why a specific arrangement is in the child's best interest, because that is what the court actually would look for. So you should ensure that you do that. Step two, I would say, use the correct format. Very, very important. Legal documents often have, the legal documents often have standard formats. So adhering to these conventions would demonstrate that you know what you're doing, especially if you represent yourself, and it would also make the court take your documents seriously. So I would give like also general structure for your document. So number one, you should have a heading. So you need to clearly state what the document is. If it's a witness statement, you need to write the name, include the case number, very important. You need to also include the parties involved, the names of the parties involved, and also the date. Number two, for your introduction, I would say introduce yourself, your role in the case. So let's say, for example, you can say, I am Adako, your full name actually. I am Adako, I'm the applicant in this case. That is how you start your introduction. And then for the body of the legal document, you need to present your arguments or evidence in a logical sections. Very, very important. You need to use numbered paragraphs for easy reference. And then for conclusion, I would say summarize your key points and state what you are requesting or asserting. Very, very important. And then for signature, you need to end with your name, your signature, and date. Those three things are very, very important when you're writing your legal documents. So another tip I will give is check templates, available on official websites, which I would also put at the description below. I would put a sample, a template of how it looks like. So, and then I'll go to step 3 of what you should do. You need to write clearly and concisely. Very, very important. Avoid legal jargons unless it's absolutely necessary. Your documents should be easy to read and understand. Just write them in simple language, English language, really. I would say, for me, I would say make it direct. Use active voices, use active sentences and short sentences. Instead of saying it is submitted that the applicant has failed to meet the requirements, I would say write the applicant did not meet the requirements. Just as simple as that, really. And then I would say avoid ambiguity. Be specific in your writing. So for example, I would say instead of saying I believe my child is unsafe, I suggest that you say on a specific date and day and time, my child reported being left alone for so amount of hours by the respondent. This just makes it very simple. Yeah. And then I would say, after writing, check your grammar, spelling, check the factual accuracy, check for mistakes, because one thing is that mistakes can actually weaken the credibility of your legal documents. Then I'll go to step 4. This is where I'll talk about support for your arguments with evidence. So your draft should be backed with evidence. Very, very important. Judges and opposing parties rely on facts, not opinions, not emotions. The law relies on facts. And there are different types of evidence that you can bring to court, that you can provide. So you can have documents, contracts, you can have receipts, you can have letters, you can have text messages, just any, evidence that you can provide. It could be witness statements signed by, the individuals with first-hand knowledge. It could be photography, that's photographs. It could be voice notes. It could be video recording where it is admissible. So for example, I would say if you're filing for small claims, if you're filing for a small claims court case over unpaid rent, attach copies of the tenancy agreement, proof of payment. I'm looking down so I don't forget, and any communication about the rent issue. Very, very important, email correspondence, text message correspondence, call logs, very important. So the next step I'll talk about is review and revise. So you need to check for reviewing, So number one, I would say your drafts. Is your documents organized logically, not emotionally, logically? Have you included all the necessary details? Is the tone professional and respectful? The judge is not the person that you're quarreling with, so you have to be respectful when you're writing. Have you followed correct formats? Then another step that I would say you should go through is seek for feedback. So if possible, have someone review your draft for you, since you're representing yourself. So you could have someone like a McKinsey friend or a legal advisor, or you could just contact us at ACN Legal Admin Services Limited. We offer assistance with legal drafting to help you refine your documents and also ensure that you meet the legal standards. And then the step 6, I would say, submit your documents. So when you're submitting your documents, you need to ensure that your document is actually ready to be sent, basically. So I would say print it neatly on a clean paper. Use a black ink if signatures are required. Very important, black pen for your signatures. Then submit it to the appropriate court or party before the deadline. Very, very important. Also, keep copies for yourself. Keep copies for your records. Very, very important, And the additional tips that I will give is you need to stay organized, create a checklist for each document to ensure that, you have everything, that you're not missing anything. So create a checklist for all the documents that you need. So I'm going to also put a template below to just show you what and what, the documents that you need to check to ensure that you have it. So if you're unsure about a section, don't hesitate to seek for help. If you're not sure about what to write, you're not sure about the form to get, just ensure that you seek for help. And that's it for today on legal drafting basics. So remember, a well-drafted document can make a whole lot of difference in your case. It can make a significant difference in your case. So my take for you will be, take your time to get it right. There's no rush. Just take your time to get your documents ready. So if you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and share it with anyone who might need this or find this content useful. Tomorrow, we will be diving into I would like to talk about the do's and the don'ts of representing yourself in courts. Especially if you're representing yourself in family law matters or immigration matters. Yeah, I will be doing that tomorrow. So don't forget to turn on your notification button. And thank you for watching. Remember, with the right evidence, the right guidance, and the right preparation, you can confidently walk through the legal system. I'll see you on the next video. Thank you. Bye.